This is Jason Freed here from HotelNewsNow.com, and we're at the New York University Investment Conference. We're with Adam Weissenberg, who heads up the travel group for Deloitte Hospitality. Adam, how's the conference been so far?
You know, it's actually been good. I think relatively positive outlook, which has been consistent with where we started probably almost a year and a half ago, and so continues to be. People seem to think the deal flow will continue, that the underlying RevPARs will continue to grow, U.S. outside U.S. I think the only kind of dark cloud out there is concern over everything going on in Europe, and whether that'll ever start to impact the U.S. But I think it looks to be good. A lot of people here, obviously, and a lot of people talk about deals and so forth, so good conference.
Yeah. So we're here at the NYU Investment Show with Tim Hart, EVP of TravelClick. And Tim, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us.
All right. Our outlook is currently positive. We're seeing growth in occupancy and ADR across all the three segments that we track across the 25 North American markets that we track. So, kind of roughly group is up across that 12-month period a little over 5%, and then transient business and transient leisure are up both about a couple of percent, give or take. So group is really leading the way. So if I really think of June, July and August as kind of the summer months that we care about in terms of that summer peak, we're seeing occupancy up in June about 6%, in July about 8%, and right now based on business currently on the books for August, it's up over 12%.
Arne Sorenson, CEO of Marriott International, the recent acquisition of Gaylord Hotels. What does acquiring the Gaylord brand mean to Marriott as a company?
Well, it really is an expansion of our group and association business into a new brand with 4 great hotels. So Gaylord has developed 4 hotels, obviously in Nashville and Dallas, Orlando, and Washington. And they are big boxes in terms of number of rooms, but they're also huge in terms of the amount of meeting space that they have. Usually about 500,000 square feet of meeting space, which makes them almost like self-contained convention centers. We have obviously many big hotels in our system, but these are, because of that amount of meeting space, fairly unique even in our system. And so we're really excited about having them come in and join us.
How do you integrate those 4 big properties into a system that has a few large properties of that 2,000 room variety, but nothing like these behemoths?
Yeah, well, both Marriott and Gaylord now have a team working on the detailed transition. I suspect we will do less early, so we'll keep the property teams largely intact. We'll keep their strengths in place. I think over time we'll see that we get more and more coordination between the sales forces, but we want to make sure we retain the relationships we have with customers, both on the Marriott side and the Gaylord side. But we'll move aggressively on things like reservation systems, on the rewards program and the hookup of those sorts of things, on procurement, on a number of these other spaces where we think there are real margin opportunities and very little risk.
What about growth plans for the Gaylord brand? Obviously you're going to keep the brand name, so how do you grow the brand? Are they all going to be 2,500 room hotels, 1,500 room hotels?
I think we're hopeful that there will be growth. Obviously the project outside of Denver and Aurora, there's been a lot of work that's already underway. I don't think Gaylord will do that on its balance sheet, but hopefully we can find a way to make that project come to life, and maybe some other projects come to life over time. Projects of this size take a long time to go from idea to opening, so we're not announcing any next openings.